Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Ian Wright says £50 million Arsenal player looks gone at the moment. Speaking on the Wright's House podcast, Ian Wright has been reviewing the Gunners' performance against Bayern Munich on Wednesday evening, and he says that one Arsenal player looks as though he is absolutely exhausted at the minute. Wright spoke about Ben White, claiming that he must be extremely tired after a tough season. He said, Ben White, I know that he must be absolutely knackered. He must be gone because for him to be going across to close down a guy with that much time to cross it into the box, into a dangerous area with all of our other players on their heels. Wright is spot on here. White does look like he is quite tired at the moment, and you can't really blame him. To play that right back position in this Arsenal team, you have to get through so much hard graft, and over 40 games into the season, that's bound to catch up with you. For all the good things Mikel Arteta has done at Arsenal, he is often been criticized for his management in terms of minutes he is handing out to players. Indeed, it's long been said that Bukayo Saka is playing too much football for Arsenal, and while it's slipped under the radar, the same can probably be said of White, a player who has reportedly played through injury quite a lot this season. The summer break can't come soon enough for the £50 million England international. Jamie O'Hara claims he is convinced £60 million player is not good enough to play for Arsenal. Kai Havertz has really improved in the last couple of months after a difficult start following his move from Chelsea. Ian Wright says he couldn't see him improving as he has done after the start. In his last 8 Premier League games, Havertz has scored 5 goals and laid on 4 assists, but he couldn't continue that form against Bayern, despite having faced them many times while at Leverkusen. Speaking after the match on talkSPORT, former Tottenham midfielder discussed Arsenal's £60 million signing from Chelsea. He says the Germany attacker goes missing in big matches when it matters the most. He said, he ain't going good enough. He ain't. He can do a job playing as a number 9, but when it comes to playing against the big boys, the crunch moment, he doesn't do it. Speaking after the match, O'Hara was clearly in good spirits after watching his old side's rivals lose at the quarter-final stage to Bayern. Arsenal can be praised though for their campaign as a whole this term. A Champions League quarter-final for the first time in 14 years, still in the title race, just 2 points off Man City. It has been a wonderful season for Arsenal and could get even better. The title race is still open. Mikel Arteta guarantees what is going to happen in Arsenal training after Bayern Munich defeat. Mikel Arteta has guaranteed one thing to happen at Arsenal following their Champions League exit on Wednesday night. Speaking to the media following their defeat in Munich, Arteta guaranteed his players will be fully focused on their clash against Wolves. He said, yeah, it's there and it's not going to go away certainly tonight, but I can guarantee you by tomorrow we are fully focused on Wolves and everybody's lifted. What we still have to play is beautiful, and I said before it's time to be next to our players, and in this moment, not when you win 10 in a row and a draw. That's easy to praise our players and to be behind them and to say really nice things. The moment is now to be next to them. With 6 games left to play, Arsenal sit at just 2 points behind league leaders Manchester City following their defeat to Aston Villa. It's been a difficult few days for the Gunners, but Arteta will be desperate to ensure it doesn't define their season. It's no secret that Arsenal dropped off significantly towards the end of the last campaign, and they will be keen to prove they can perform when it truly matters. Things certainly won't get easier for Arsenal from here on out, with away games at Tottenham and Manchester United to come. Agents suggest Arsenal player would be open to leaving the Emirates this summer. The midfield department is under the spotlight amid doubts over Thomas Partey's future in North London and Jorginho's contract expiring in July. Now, the latter's agent, Joao Santos, has shared some revealing comments. Well, by the sounds of it, Jorginho is not exactly desperate to stay at Arsenal. Santos opened the door for the Arsenal number 20 to return to Italy, specifically taking up a potential move to Fiorentina if the Serie A side prove their ambitions. Jorginho's agent told TV Play the following: would Jorginho like to return to Italy? Yes, of course, because he grew up in Italy and he likes everything about it. If Fiorentina could think about getting a player of Jorginho's level, you have to understand if they think of Jorginho first and foremost in front of an ambitious project of a club that wants to aim for the Champions League, there would be no problem for us. At the moment, however, Fiorentina have not contacted us. Jorginho has proven to be an important player for Arsenal this season. The noises coming from the Brazil-born Maestro's agent provide a lot of doubt about whether the 32-year-old will stay in North London beyond the summer. If the £12 million man does choose to depart, Arteta could replace him with Real Sociedad number 4 Martin Zubimendi, who is said to have support from recruitment staff at Arsenal. Be sure to keep an eye on the situation. The longer Arsenal and Jorginho delay contract talks, the more likely we think an exit is. Harry Kane shares what Bayern were told to do to Arsenal at halftime. Harry Kane was speaking to TNT Sports in the immediate aftermath of the game and explained what had been said. The England captain recognized that the first half was a bit nervy, but eventually felt as Bayern should have killed the game off. He explained, the first half was a bit cagey. Both teams don't want to concede early. We said at halftime to up the tempo, up the pressing, be better with the ball, and that's what we did. We created a lot more chances, had a couple of the post, even towards the end. There we could have finished it off and made it a bit easier on ourselves, but overall these games are tough and you just have to find a way to get through them. The loss will hurt Arsenal and their fans right now, but it ultimately just felt as if Bayern's experience shone through over the two ties. There was very little between the two teams, perhaps other than Tuchel's experience of having been here and done it before. Arteta doesn't deserve to be criticized, nor does his team, and last night will be a real learning curve. £68 million player expected to leave this summer wants to join Arsenal. Sporting Lisbon number 26 Ousmane Diomande looks quite likely to join Arsenal this summer. A story from O Jogo in Portugal is now claiming that Sporting expect the Ivory Coast international to leave Lisbon this summer and are already searching for a replacement. It comes after another Portuguese news outlet in Record stated that Diomande would like to join the Gunners this summer. Ojogo added that Arsenal have been following the Ivorian since his days at Norway and are aware of the defender's €80 million release clause. The sum does not appear to be putting Mikel Arteta off, with Diomande described as being a primary target for Arsenal, who are hoping to fend off competition from Bayern Munich and Chelsea too. The 20-year-old has made 34 appearances in all competitions for Sporting so far this season, scoring 3 goals while also providing 1 assist. Arsenal have already seen a £30 million bid rejected by Sporting for Diomande, who insists on his release clause being activated. There is also talk of Ruben Amorim wanting to take the defender to Liverpool with him if an agreement to replace Jurgen Klopp materializes. On the surface, signing Diomande would seem like a move to bolster Arsenal's depth, given the fact Arteta already has Gabriel and Saliba to call upon. However, it would be a surprise if the Gunners spent around £70 million to sign a player for the bench, which suggests Arsenal might be hoping to introduce a 3-man central defense system at times next season with wing backs depending on the opposition. Whatever the reason behind interest in Diomande, this transfer link is truly starting to heat up, so make sure to keep an eye on the situation. Fabrizio Romano on 60 million euros star situation amid Liverpool and Arsenal transfer links. Transfer news journalist Fabrizio Romano has responded to the stories about Liverpool and Arsenal showing an interest in signing Eintracht Frankfurt defender William Pacho this summer. There has been some talk of the Reds and the Gunners inquiring about Pacho, and although Romano isn't currently aware of anything as concrete as that, he does believe we could see the Ecuador international available for around 60 million euros this summer. Speaking exclusively to Kaut Offside for his latest daily briefing column, Romano denied that anything was looking particularly concrete or advanced regarding Pacho's future or a possible move to the Premier League. However, it seems it could be one to watch as Pacho may be available for a tempting price this summer. He said, staying with Liverpool, I spoke yesterday about how they have been monitoring Eintracht Frankfurt, but it's not really about specific players. It's normal for top clubs like this to send their scouts to monitor entire teams, but it's too early to report on anything more than that. So also, there have also been stories Liverpool inquiring about Eintracht's talented Ecuador defender William Pacho, along with Arsenal. I have no concrete updates about specific clubs. It's true that Pacho has a price tag of around 50 to 60 million euros, and it looks like an open race for his signature this summer. I'm told nothing is at concrete or advanced stages with English clubs. The 22-year-old would surely find it hard to get much playing time in Mikel Arteta's side, with William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes the clear first-choice pairing in central defense, while the likes of Ben White and Jakub Kiwior are very capable backup options. Portuguese reports say Arsenal set to make official offer for Sporting striker. According to Portuguese reports, Arsenal will finally make an official offer to sign Sporting Lisbon attacker Victor Gyökeres, whom they want at the end of the season. When Sporting Lisbon signed Gyökeres from Coventry last summer, the transfer attracted little attention. However, months later, this might be one of this campaign's signings of the season. The Swedish striker has been a big hit at Sporting. In 43 games in all competition, he scored 36 goals and provided 16 assists. His revival in Portugal has attracted a lot of attention. However, Arsenal, which has identified him as their top transfer target, is believed to be one of his most serious suitors, according to the local publication Jornal de Notícia. This summer, we expect the Gunners to bolster their attack with the addition of Gabriel Jesus and Adin Ketaya. Speculation suggests that the Arteta project is just a clinical strike away from achieving its full potential. Victor Gyökeres could be the mysterious striker that Mikel Arteta intends to recruit to weaponize their attack for next season. According to Journal, Arsenal is now so eager to reach an agreement on a Gyökeres move this summer that they are more inclined to launch an official attempt to sign him. With a slew of other European giants interested in the Swedish striker, his transfer swoop will be tricky to secure. Sporting Lisbon may only be willing to let their star player leave for a premium. Thus, the £85 million release clause in the 25-year-old's contract at Sporting may need to be activated for his signing. Obviously, with a reliable source for goals, Arsenal's pursuit of greatness may become easier next season and in the years to come, and so, hopefully, Arsenal's bid for Gyökeres goes through. As we wrap up today's Arsenal news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.